Hey guys, bringing you another key replacement repair video today, working on a Lenovo Yoga computer. And I'm going to show you how to take off one of these normal size keys safely without breaking it, and then I'll show you how to put it back on safely without breaking it. The reason why I'm doing that is because very often when you're looking for replacement keys, you cannot find them individually for sale. So some of us choose to purchase whole keyboards, and then we have a lot of spare parts if we need to take one off for our computers. And the reason why we're doing that is because replacing keys, if possible, is much better than replacing an entire keyboard on computers with French inset keyboards, because to replace the keyboard means you're basically breaking your palm rest, and the new replacement keyboard will never be as secure. So that's why we're doing this. I'll show you how to do the normal size keys. If you're here to look for a larger key like Space Shift Enter, check out the video link below in the description. That will show you how to do one of those keys. Also, any questions or comments, check the frequently asked questions first below in the description. It could save you some time. If you don't see your question there, leave it for me and I'll get back to you a few times a day at least. So to start with, take out your small flathead screwdriver, smaller the better, and we'll get started taking off one of these small letter keys. Now to begin with, I'm going to use my small flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to put it underneath the keycap, but on top of the retainer clip underneath that you can't see. And the idea there is to hold down that clip while I peel off the cap so that the clip doesn't bend and break. So let me just do this real quick, and then I'll show you what we're looking at when we get in there. There we go. So that was fairly easy to get that off. As you can see, my screwdriver was holding down this retainer clip. Now most of these retainer clips are laid out in the same way. There'll be small variations across brands and models, but generally they'll all look like this. There'll be a rubber spring in the center that's held on by glue, so be very careful not to rip that up. The retainer clip itself will usually be made up of two parts, the inner clip and the outer clip, and they'll fit together by little plastic pins in the center. So if this comes undone, as long as those two pins aren't broken, it can be fit back together. And then you have usually four metal pins near all four corners. With some models, you'll have one side that has one metal bracket in the middle, but most will look like this. Now the way to get this off is I'm going to go for the pins nearest the edges. So in this case, it's these two up top. I'm going to take my fingernail and I'm going to press up on that clip and try to pry out the edges from under those metal pins. So it's going to be hard to see, but I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to show you what I was trying not to break. So push up. Okay. So as you can see on this pin, there's two little holes on this corner and that corner. So one on each corner. That plastic that's holding that together is very thin, very breakable. That's what I was trying not to break as I pried this out from under the metal. If you just put it in there and try to pop it up, you'll just blow those things right out, and then this won't be able to stay in there securely anymore. So that's what we're trying not to break. So to get this back in, we're going to go in reverse. Instead of putting the top in first, as we took the top out first, we're going to put the bottom in first. So we're going to lay that in there, nice and flat, and we're going to get the bottom part underneath their metal pins first. And then once this looks secure and once it looks all centered, you should just be able to press in the top two corners and snap them in. Just like that. And then you bring your cap over, and you put that on top, and same thing. Once you get it centered, you press. Now that may take you a little longer because I've been doing this a little longer, so I have a better feel for it. But if it doesn't snap in just right the first time, then take your screwdriver, put it back in there, peel it off again safely, make sure everything's lined up, and snap that back in place. So that's how you would repair a key on a Lenovo Yoga computer. Please again message me if you have any questions that are not listed in the frequently asked questions in the description. I will get back to you a few times a day at least. I do try to help you out with whatever you're dealing with. Like and share if this was helpful, and if you enjoy do-it-yourself computer work, please subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys.